Turkeys, we gon' bat shit, babbling about the bat with old Kevin Smith. Now here's the fat man who loves Batman himself, Fat Kev Smith. Get on out here, Turkey.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Welcome to Fat Man and Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
Marc Bernardin.
And look, Chris Daughtry's here in the house with us. Now, for those of you who are like, Chris Daughtry is a musician, you fox. There's some people who watch the show, they're like, what movie was he in?
Wahoos.
Yeah, sometimes we have people, that's the point of this episode, man, is that here's somebody who's got a real life. Somebody who doesn't need to, look at him. That's what he fucking does for a living and shit like that in front of tens of thousands of fucking people.
I just stand under really awesome lighting.
You get that Bruce Willis, like, give me some moisture and some dirt. And you got that. That's his look. He likes to do that. He's like, give me some sweat, some moisture, some dirt. That's how he likes to be shot. That shot of you was Willis.
Did he tell you to spread dirt all over?
You know, he's got a guy. He goes, what's his name?
He's got a dirt guy.
Need more dirt. Need more dirt.
And what's the dude's name? Because he say his name all the time, like Eddie Quisp or something like that. And the dude would come over and put fucking dirt.
Make it look like I spent all night in Hoboken.
That's the secret. That's the secret. Right?
I'm gonna have to try that.
All right, so Daughtry, man, is legit. He's got a real fucking job and shit. And yet still,
I don't know if it's a real job.
it's a real job, dude. He was on American Idol. What season?
Season 5, yeah.
He just showed back up again, right? To perform
just
on the
pop
big
back in there and go,
finale.
hey, y'all remember me?
Did they remember?
Well, yeah, I went on.
That's a good part of the story.
I went on there to mentor a couple contestants who are still doing well.
Give him a single. What was that like, dude?
Dawn
you went from a
Rapatini
contestant
and
to being a fucking mentor.
Lee Jean. Well, I call him Lee Jean. It was cool because I feel like I've had enough years under the belt to actually know what I'm talking about,
right.
You know, as opposed to like, yeah, I'm doing shows for more people than you, but 10 years.
That would work on me. If that was your mentorship where it's like, I'm doing way better than you, I'd be like, you're absolutely
10
right.
years, under the belt now. And we just put out our greatest hits album.
You have a greatest hits album?
Yeah, I was kind of worried about that when they said, oh yeah, we're going to put one out. And I was like, does that mean we're done? Like, are you guys saying you've written the best shit you've ever going to write? You're never going to do it again, so we're going to sell it again.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
But it's more of like
that means you ought to know. That means you've been around long enough where they're like, it's like tenure in the music
It's
business.
a nice intermission. So now we're working on album 5. Yeah.
Look at that, man.
That's awesome.
I'm sitting here looking at, my face looks weird because I went and got drilled on right before, like,
were you numbed right before this?
Root canal and then some crowns, and then I'm going back for my grill next week. But
I've done that, and when they fuck your mouth up, you're
no,
like,
I'm
I don't even know if I'm
talking about a
breathing.
diamond grill.
You just go in the hole?
Yeah,
You're getting a grill?
I'm getting.
My dentist put a word in one of my teeth. Like he was like, he goes,
You
look
can
at
do
this.
that?
Fucking A, dude, they could burn a fucking something into the
Is
back
it
of your
like
tooth.
indented or stained?
Burned in
like,
because it's a cap,
like
it's a cap and crown. So what he took was,
so like when you burn wood.
I think it was like that. It was like a soldering iron or something like that. But you could see it if you look from, I don't know which end it is. I don't know if it's on this side. It says SMOD. That fucking nuts. The dentist was like, you want me to write something on your tooth? I was like, fuck yeah, man, like a map. And he was like, I don't have that much space.
I'm surprised it wasn't
This is the
anything
winter
dirtier.
of my discontent.
I know. I couldn't
nobody
fit a
would see
fucking
it.
joke like insert dick here. Or
Like a
something. It
dick
wouldn't make
pic.
sense. Totally. I just went for SMOD, man. All right, so.
But yeah, it was super numb. And then on the way out, I can't contain the excitement because I just saved a lot of lives today by meeting Kevin Bacon. I changed lives. I don't know if I saved them, but I changed lives by at least 5 degrees, right?
Yeah, that's right. A lot of people can now
unless
be like,
they had a degree I didn't know about. But
now you're 1 degree. That means I'm 1 degree of Kevin Bacon now because of you.
see, lives
shit.
just got changed.
Dude, I'm done.
This is a special episode.
I'm going to put on my greatest hits now because I feel like
You've reached that point.
I'm going to take a break now and
doesn't
work
mean
on
it's the
meeting
end of your
another
career.
thing.
wasn't there a band like back in the 60s that their first album was called Greatest Hits? So
That's genius. I'd buy that, man. Just be like,
something Jello,
Boy, that's-
something lemon.
well, it's
Jell-O
kind of
or
like
something.
when Run DMC were like, I'm the king of rock. There was none higher. And you're like, what?
You believe it after they say it a few
By the end of the
times.
song, you're like, it must be fucking true.
Yeah,
Just will to power.
That's right.
speak that into existence.
All right, so this is a long way of saying that Daughtry has a real job and shit, but his passion in life is the same shit that we're all passionate about. Go to the 3 Shot, of course. He loves the titular name of this show, man. Not the Fat Man part, but the Batman. He's a huge Batman fan. You've heard him before. We've had him on the podcast, Fat Man on Batman, a couple of years back. But let's catch up what you've been doing.
Yeah.
You've been touring in the real world. You're always playing music. Are you home for a little bit now?
Well, I live here now, so which makes work and home a little more consolidated, and oddly enough, a little tougher.
Why? Why tougher?
Because you have real life.
That's true.
It's like the kids are going. You gotta. Everything revolves. Otherwise, before I was coming out here for 3 or 4 weeks, and I wake up when I want to or when I had to. So for that, but I'm staying like busier than ever.
But being out here allows you access to stuff that you
meetings
like doing and
without having to take a red eye back and forth.
Where were you originally? NC?
Yeah, Charlotte. We moved from Charlotte back in July.
And how do you like it?
I mean, I love I'm not a big fan of where we are in Hollywood.
Right.
But we want to be out in more calm, quiet areas.
In the suburbs.
With even like a little plot of yard would be fine. Right now we have no grass.
Yeah, I've got a deck.
Kid,
That's all
I got a deck, yeah.
You know, I can't mow a
play
deck.
on the deck, kids! What do you mean there's nothing to do?
Totally. And the neighbor's like, he did say deck, didn't he?
Yeah.
It is, it's cool being out here, I will say this, because you get access to things. You get to go to shit you
I
wouldn't
get to come
normally
here
go.
and do this
Coming here is not really
without
hard.
having to go, well, I'll be in LA and such and such.
Put together schedules, right? You can just bomb up. You just bombed up to the Bob Kane thing? How'd that
Yeah,
happen?
I don't know. Warner Brothers likes me, I guess, and all my friends at DC, they're always throwing my name in the this is going on, invite him. This is going on, give him that, whatever. Which is like, I don't think I would ever imagine that as a teenager. Like DC's gonna be just sending you shit.
Look at this shit. You're sitting right there. With
That's me waiting for them. They were bringing me the keys, and because I live right around, I don't know.
So that's
a
the
mile
valet.
and a half.
That's the valet.
That's the valet.
Okay.
So wait, where is this?
That's
was
on
in-
right across from the Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard.
So you live like close to the Chinese?
We're on La Brea down the
So you're not far from me.
not too far.
I'm up La Brea. Like straight up. and then
I smell a
over
barbecue.
show has devolved into the Californians where it's like you just go up the hill.
Over Laurel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to come watch some movies.
You
with
just take
You've
the
been there.
fire.
You got you were there
I know,
for the
but
fucking show.
I know, but I'm saying maybe
You're
I'll
close
just come
though.
watch Dogma at your house.
That's true. He's just asking. He's like, where do I get it? You can come borrow mine. All right. So you went to put that picture back up. You went to the Bob Kane thing. They had a big
You
ceremony.
can see I'm sporting the Affleck shirt.
That's a good call.
Proud supporter from day one.
Was he there?
No, he was supposed to be, but they ended up getting some dude dressed up as Batman instead because he
Just from Hollywood Boulevard, just one of those guys.
I don't know. He looked pretty good. He wasn't Affleck good, but
Could you imagine though if they were like, he's like, all right, I'll make time in my schedule to come out to the fucking thing, and they're like, put this Batman suit on. He's like, what?
I finally met him at Comic-Con this year.
Yeah.
It was brief, but I think a buddy of mine took a picture of the back of my head and him slightly smiling at me, so it looks like we're kind of like catching up on old times.
Yeah. I got a few pictures like that
Yeah.
from back in the day as well.
Why don't you have him on here?
There it is right there, dude. Look at that, man. You've been closer to Ben Affleck than I've been in years.
You should come on the show.
I know. You should. Shouldn't
Well,
you?
just so it turns out, come on in, man.
It's been years. Hi, guys. What was the ceremony like for Bob Kane, even though Ben Affleck
It was
wasn't
cool.
there?
His wife was there. I got to meet his wife.
And she was in the movies, right? She was Gossip Gertie. in a
She
couple of
was
flicks.
Gossip Gertie. That's right.
I know my Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, she was. I mean, she looked way younger than I.
Imagine.
The numbers show. You know.
Right.
Welcome to
I
Hollywood.
was like, wow, all right. But not like I look young, like I just got a bunch of work done.
No.
Like she aged nice.
Good living.
Yeah.
Living out here with did you ever see Stan Lee's 93?
The
You know
dude
what I'm
runs
saying?
upstairs.
Yeah. You don't look Stan 93. Joan, his wife, she don't look like her age either. Like living out here with superhero money has been good for a lot of people, I think, man.
And we looked at that picture, right, of Frank Miller and Stan Lee together at a Barnes & Noble signing. One of those dudes is 30 years older than the other one.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell who.
Living in California.
You go to these premieres and all the ones I've been to, he's there, like the Ant-Man or Avengers or whatever. And everybody else is like, I'm ready to go home. That dude has got way more energy than any of them.
tireless. He's been an ambassador
I
for all
think
this
he's
shit
actually
for
Ra's
years.
al Ghul.
The non-villainous Raza.
I think
Wolf.
he actually.
The bad one was my brother. I'm the nice Raza.
You want to take a dip in the hot tub? It's a Lazarus
That's why he
pit.
hates Batman.
He's like, that's right. That's true. He still plays the DC. DC.
Created Spider-Man.
He's proud. All right, man. So what else happened at the ceremony? What happened?
Jim Lee spoke. Zack spoke.
Zack Snyder got up and spoke as well?
Zack Snyder spoke, and someone from the city on behalf of the city or whatever. But it was cool, man. I mean, it was cool to be a part of the induction of the guy who made the guy that basically has, been a huge part of my life. And,
Right.
yeah.
It'd be like going to Walt Disney's.
I just sounded like I was
induction.
talking about Jesus.
You were saved by the bat. All right, so that was pretty cool.
Because I'm saved by the bat.
Look at that shit. We just got a Daughtry original right here. Singing and shit like that.
Grace
How
is
did they
fine,
grade
too.
on that show? Like, what did they do on American Idol? Is it numbers?
No, they didn't do numbers. They would either rip you apart or...
so they'd talk to you.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a little pitchy, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what happened?
Yeah. That or, that was self-indulgent, or do that better next time. Or,
Was there ever a moment where somebody said something and inside you were like, no, it wasn't? Like you could disagree? Can you disagree?
Yeah. There was the Queen. I had to do Queen Week, so I got to actually perform with Queen minus, the great Freddie Mercury. But I was there with Brian May, and he's saying that you're the first person to sing this song since Freddie. He never even sang this live. I don't even know if that's how he talks. That was probably a little more Australian.
I'll allow it.
That was gripping though. I like that performance.
But I did this song called Innuendo, which was like one of them deep cuts. It was on like the anthology, and it was the one that's. I didn't want to do like the ones that I heard over and over and over again. And Simon was like, "Why wouldn't you pick like Under Pressure or something that people know?" Like it, but it was probably looking back my favorite performance of the show because it actually had some feeling to it, and I wasn't jaded by the song, so.
And it wasn't like, oh, it's a cover song. You did well with that. It was a cover song, but like it's such a deep
and because
cut
it was
cover
so
song.
like underground, or unless you're a diehard Queen fan, then it was like, hey, that's Chris doing whatever that song. It sounds like something he'd do,
All right, so the people at DC like you enough where you did a cover for
Right. We it all started with all roads lead to Jim.
Jim Lee.
As they usually do.
Daughtry here draws, man. That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's unfortunate, man, when somebody has more than one fucking talent. Like, you're a singer and should end there, but no, he could fucking draw as well. And he gets to exploit that. That's a good thing about, if you get any notoriety in doing something, it opens doors to do the things you want to do. My whole career has been about
Back doors.
I'm all about the back door. Film got me through to a house, and then I'm all about jumping in the back doors and trying to do all the things, like giving it a shot. Even if you're not fucking good at it, who gives a fuck? Like, try those things that you've always loved. Chris is actually fucking good at drawing. Give us a 3-shot. And he teamed up with Jim Lee, man, and did cover?
How nuts
like
is
that.
that?
Yeah, with one hand. Where is
together
that,
with
dude?
Jim, and
Where's that picture?
That was my first art gallery at Comic-Con, not last year, but the year before. So
Are those your pieces?
Yeah, they're all. I did them on my iPad. They were my first like digital pieces. The Flash and Dark Side.
I saw the dark side.
And it was cool because he wasn't like there for. He showed up as like almost like a fan to support. And that was also my first iPad drawing.
Dope.
And I
Holy
can't ever recreate that again because I was using this rubber nib. I have no clue how I made that happen. But
Stylus? Draw the stylus?
the rubber stylus, yeah. I use a tablet normally now, like the Wacom, but the cover. So anyway, Jim, bouncing all over the place. Jim, we became friends, like we talked about before, and he kind of, in a indirect way, started becoming a mentor. Like I would send him, hey, this is something I've been working on, not asking him anything other than just showing him, keeping him up to date. And he'll send me like these corrections on remember your vanishing points,
what are vanishing points?
Where everything goes in the picture. Like you can't have an elbow going that way if he's facing this way. They're both
perspective.
Perspective, just things that you don't really, that at least someone who doesn't do it every day doesn't really think about.
It's one of those things where you're like, oh, there's terminology.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that was called that.
Yeah.
So wait, go back one.
He's taken me to school. So there's
your pencils?
There's the original pencils.
Fucking gorgeous, dude.
And I'd done thank you. I'd done
really, really nice.
I was planning on doing like a backdrop that was going to be all kind of silhouetted out with a few highlights. But then when I sent it to Jim, who inked it, he decided more of an environment because of how close up they were. The buildings wouldn't have been a silhouette.
So that's Lee's inks now on top of your pencils?
So he did the inks and
fucking
basically
tracer.
destroyed all my buildings.
Fucking tracer.
Yeah, just grand plans for
Just like Man of Steel.
What? And so wait, he took liberties and created smart.
He did, but he warned me. He said, don't.
He's like, I warn you, I'm going to break your heart.
Basically, he goes, if I'm inking it, I tell this to everybody, even Neil Adams, he even told me that I make changes. That's what I do. So don't expect it to look exactly.
Fucking Jim Lee. There's the final product.
You don't.
Not at all. All right, so who did your colors?
Alex Sinclair,
Holy
Jim's
shit,
colorist,
job.
who has done actually all the pieces that I've had colored. Alex has colored for me. I believe you met a buddy of mine in when you were in Australia, Jamie. He had done another bald dude. He's my Earth 2 counterpart in Australia.
He's a villain.
He's also an artist.
And he's not good at playing anything.
He doesn't, but he draws. He drew this Joker, these pencils, and I saw it on Instagram. I was like, dude, let me ink it just for practice. So I inked it digitally. And I took complete liberty.
You sent me this. This is beautiful.
I got rid of the hair and shaved it on the sides. And if you look at the color, I had Sinclair do a little, you got to zoom in. I don't know if you can zoom in on there.
Probably not.
But did a blood line down from the card.
Oh, yeah.
The cuff link, little homage to the Watchmen. Their smiley faces on the.
Check it out. There is a little blood dab on the fucking smiley face.
Strategically placed.
So that was your Jim Lee move? You were like, that's what I fucking added.
Well, look at, I don't know if the pencils are up there, but.
You got the pencils part of this?
I just completely redid it.
Oh my God, you really did kind of use them as a template.
Yeah.
You're the fucking tracer this time.
I'd
go back to the inks. Wow. Go back to the pencils.
A-B that shit.
Yeah, A-B it.
Wow.
There's parts of what he did with the face that I'm
fucking liberty,
I'm actually
son.
way more happier with, and I feel like I went a little heavy on the shadows.
Who took liberties first? You with his drawing, or Jim Lee with yours?
Me with Jamie's.
So then when Jim Lee's like, I'm gonna change shit, you're like, damn it.
Well, no, he
all comes around.
Said, dude, this is a loose sketch. Like, don't
have fun with it.
Don't be married to the lines. So I was like, all right, I'm just having fun.
So can you go back for the people who didn't play the home game? How did you first meet Jim?
MySpace.
The fuck?
Was he one of your top 8?
Was he one of your top 8?
No. So this is, first of all, when I was on American Idol, this was like the birth of technology, because I didn't even have a cell phone then, or I had just gotten a cell phone. I didn't have a laptop. I don't think I had an email address, but I never used it. There were no picture phones or smartphones or anything like that. So social media, the only thing at the time I think was MySpace. I don't know if Facebook existed then.
Probably not.
No, but at least not publicly. I'm sure.
But there was no Twitter. There was none of that. And we were actually made to not have social sites of us
as contestants.
Yeah, because they thought that was like
unfair advantage.
And so if you had a band, you can't be on the website. Blah blah blah.
I'm gonna get on these Delphi forums, you guys. I'm gonna totally make this pop.
So I had a MySpace kind of created by the label for the band, and I didn't even know how to log in. And I just looked for him on there because I was at home. I was off tour, and I was like looking at Hush. I was like, man, I want to kind of got the itch to start drawing again. I was like, I wonder if in this day and age, if I could reach out to knowing that maybe he knows who I am. Maybe he won't just go, oh, some jackass.
And be like, you were on American Idol.
And so I sent him a direct message, and he hits me back he's on MySpace too, so I'm as outdated as he was.
We're all old men.
Yeah, and we traded info and we started hanging out, and I, as long as I've known him, that's been, I don't know, I was like 08. So I still kind of geek out around him because the dude is the guy that made me want to do comics and make me not want to, because I was like, I'm never going to be that good. So why even try?
Yeah, it's a high bar, man. But he'll be the first guy to tell you, like, don't ever stop. He's like, there were so many people that he thought was better than him.
So we did a piece for the We Can Be Heroes campaign. That was our first kind of collaboration. And we were hanging out at, I believe, at the Halloween party, and he was saying, would you be interested in doing a variant cover? And I was like, bro, I've been waiting for you to ask me for years.
Why do you think we're fucking friends, Jim?
Yeah. It's the only reason I'm at your house.
I mean, I went to MySpace looking for you, Jim.
But, and he said it's going to be in promotion, or in kind of coinciding with the promotion of Batman vs. Superman. And they're going to have a bunch of artists on different books. I was thinking they're going to give me like Detective Comics, or even something less known than that. They gave me Batman number 50. That he was originally listed as penciling, and they put me on it.
Fucking special.
So I'm like, my first cover is not only with, ink by Jim Lee, the guy that I want to be when I grow up, and
two of the biggest
it's
characters.
Batman.
Yeah.
The Batman title, and it's obviously Superman. Two biggest characters, and I guess arguably two biggest characters in comic book
getting to draw
history.
Mickey Mouse and Mickey Mouse. Like,
Exactly.
That's your corporate icons right there.
And it's for, Batman versus Superman. And it was kind of a long process for me, because, someone like Jim, he's penciling a page a day.
Right.
It's took me like 8 weeks, maybe a little less. But there was a lot of 2 a.m. phone calls to Jim going, dude, why is this not looking right? Oh, because of this and that. And I was like, there it is.
It's refreshing to hear, though, that like
he
you
became
didn't
like
crush it. You were like, oh my God, I don't fucking know what I do. I need coaching. And
I lost like 6 pounds in a week.
Just drawing?
Well, no,
You
because
stood in front of like
dude, I'm a dude
10,000
with, I'm like a dude with 2 jobs. I was recording in the studio,
right?
Going to meetings about this TV show or play I'm doing, and then drawing at night, going to bed at 3, repeat. And it was just, I barely made the deadline.
And it was one of those moments where you're like, well, I wanted this.
Yeah, this was like something that I wanted to do when I was 5 years old. I didn't realize it was going to be the character that made me want to draw. Like, you know what I mean? It was all like I hit the lottery, and
next step is
I could die without drawing anything, and I'm good. I did that.
Bullshit, dude. I'm gonna throw it out there. It's not enough to draw a fucking cover. Now that you've done a cover, you got to do the guts. You got to do 20 pages.
Yeah.
You know you want
panel. No, I don't. Panel work.
Yes, you do.
Panel work scares the shit out of me.
I know, but you could do like, remember when, what was it, Jorgens did that
poses.
like one panel page for the Death of Superman issue?
Yeah.
You can just do 20 splash pages with, and fucking
splash
Jim
pages
Lee
would be good.
Would ink you, dude.
Yeah.
I once wrote a book where I want to say like 5 or 6 pages took place during a blackout. Black box, black box, black box, black box, black box. There's just word balloons over black.
Give me the blackout pages.
If you get into a jam,
the shit out of that.
Get into a jam. You
I'm telling you, man, DC was going to have a month of blackout. Every book is just 3 or 4 pages of what happened. Boom, powers out.
That's not
15 pages
That's
of black.
hilarious.
What?
But the other thing is, it's the variant to Capullo and Snyder, which it is my favorite storyline out right now. Capullo's a good friend of mine as well, and I'm his second best.
His
cover
surrogate.
to that book. Yeah.
You're the vice president of his covers.
I'm giving him the just in case you don't like this one, maybe you'll like this. Whatever, we'll give you a few.
Right.
But it's kind of surreal.
What's the play? What are you talking about? What's the play?
The Passion for Fox.
Yeah.
It's a modern retelling of the
Perry,
Jesus story, with Tyler Perry being the narrator / co-host. It's in New Orleans. I'm Judas.
So they're doing it as a live. I'm in this.
It's a live musical. All the songs are modern. They're not like Christian. So when they first approached me, the guy who produced.
Give him a single.
Hey,
Single.
Hey!
the guy,
Give him on a single. He's telling a story.
the Adam Anders who produced the Rock of Ages soundtrack, Glee. He's producing it, co-founder of the play, and they were doing it in Holland. They've been doing it in Holland for years, predominantly atheist country, and like 50,000 people show out every year, and it's all modern, like modern attire. There's no bearded, long-haired Jesus wearing flip-flops, you know.
Right.
Dude's hot. The guy's a good-looking dude. He's Giancarlo Canella from telenovela. Looks like Ricky Martin and Chris Evans got together and made Captain Latin America.
And you're playing Judas?
I'm Judas. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you act much?
I've been wanting to act. Everything I'm doing now is all
Bucket list shit.
backdoor from music.
Yeah.
Like music was.
That's how you run it, son.
Music came way late in the game for me. Like I didn't pick up a guitar until I was 16 and start writing songs.
That's not late in the game for a lot of people.
Well,
That's childhood.
I grew up in a time where I felt like by high school I need to know what I'm going to do. So at the age of 5, I'm going to be a famous artist. You know?
Oh, you're making life plans at 5.
I didn't even know what that meant, but that's what I'm going to be. Then I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be, in action movies or whatever. I'm going to be a superhero. I don't know.
Dear guidance counselor, what do I have to fill out in order for me to get famous artist on my forms?
Yeah. Whatever that degree or whatever credits I need,
Give me
I want
those.
to take them classes. Go ahead, sign me up.
Not so much with the math.
Yeah.
You reverse engineered your way into the
without
childhood
even thinking about
dreams.
it.
Well,
It kind of got to the point where after touring for so long, I was like, what do I really want to do right now? I want to start drawing again. I started, getting supplies and, messing around. And then I was like, I want to move to LA so I can start, because I was doing the back and forth thing for a while. I got cast on a pilot called Studio City with Heather Graham and Eric McCormick. And I was this kind of douchey pop star, drug addict that bought drugs from Eric McCormick's character, who was a songwriter, but he used the meetings to sell the weed or whatever he was selling. So I OD on coke. I don't even know if I'm supposed to tell this because it didn't get picked up, but I'm telling you.
I think you're fine.
It didn't get picked up. It ain't getting picked up now.
I think you're fine.
Christopher Vernoff wrote it. Senna Hamry, who directs Empire, directed it. Had this huge beach scene where I'm out like with all these dancers and I'm like shooting a music video. They had helicopters over shooting footage. Big budget.
They spent some money.
And that fell through, and so I was doing a lot of the back and forth of meeting with like casting for Walking Dead and other stuff, and it was like when I'm not on tour, the last thing I want to be doing is traveling from coast to coast.
Right.
So we moved out here, and then I got an offer to play Judas, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't want to do something so polarizing and overtly Christian because there's enough of them out there that give it a bad name anyway. And despite what I believe, I was like, I don't want to be lumped into
You want to be that
something
guy.
that's, I don't know how it's going to be taken.
Right.
And then when
People are like, Daughtry loves Christ.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I like him, but I don't want to commit.
well, it wasn't that. I just didn't know how the whole thing was going to be portrayed.
Right.
And B, I wasn't really interested in doing a musical.
Right.
I wanted to separate the jobs.
Right.
And so when I had the meeting with Adam and he told me how they were going to do it, and they were telling me some of the songs they had in mind, I was like, okay, I kind of see. And then they showed me some footage of the Holland one. It's pretty awesome, man. I mean, we've done some rehearsals so far in New Orleans, and it's all like on location, all in the city.
And it's going to be on television?
Live
It's like
on
one of
Fox.
those, like,
Yeah.
Is it like Grease?
so it's
Follow
like
the
Fox's Grease.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
their follow-up.
Yeah.
And it's called what?
The Passion.
So I guess, is it for this season? Next Easter?
No, it's March 20th.
It's about to happen?
Yeah.
Before Easter.
So I fly
That's when
back
you
out
do
on
that.
the 17th.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So you've been rehearsing all this time, and on the 17th, or what day?
It's on the 20th. We
On the
fly out
20th,
on the
it happens
17th.
like live everywhere.
Live, yeah.
Nervous?
Yeah, because it's one thing to sing, and it's kind of weird to say this, but you make weird faces when you sing anyway.
Do you?
Well, just in general.
You have to.
You're not thinking about it.
Do you have to?
No, you're just performing a song. You're not really thinking about how you
why
look.
does your face go weird? But like, does it help push out a note?
I don't know. I've been wanting to ask John Mayer. But when you're acting, you still have to tell the story with your emotions.
Right.
So it can't just be you're singing a song
right.
and going for it. It's got to be like I'm sitting here thinking about Hugh Jackman and Les Mis, like, and how, like, I forgot he was singing because it was such a powerful visual.
I forgot Russell Crowe was singing because he really wasn't. But Hugh Jackman
with auto-tune.
Shout talking a lot.
He was.
There was some serious auto-tunage going on the Crow.
Have you been studying Hamilton? Hamilton now seems like the Bible for that thing.
Oh, it's good, dude. I want to see it. It's fucking crazy good. Like, it's one of those, especially now I'm not a musician, but I'm a writer, and I still walked out going, fuck. Because I know I'll never do it. It's called Hamilton. It's this Broadway musical right now. It's like the hardest thing.
I've never seen a Broadway play.
This is the one to start with, and then you'll never have to go to another one after that because they'll all be let down except for maybe Book of Mormon, which is genius. Go see.
That's what everyone keeps telling me.
You got to see. These two plays are fucking phenomenal. But Hamilton does something electric. They take history and make it interesting with rap. There's no spoken dialogue. It's all fucking performed. It transcends musical theater. It's amazing. So fucking good.
So
but
no
you
dialogue.
walk out of there going, no.
But
it's
everything
all
is in song.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
You walk out going, I gotta up my game. Even if that's not your game, like, I don't fucking make musicals, but I walked out going, I gotta up my game. Like, it's crazy.
Whatever that game is, I gotta get a better grade.
I became a far better masturbator after seeing Hamilton. I was like, whatever it is, I'm just gonna be better
What's
at
gonna
it.
be easy to master?
I'm
enough?
gonna take
Done.
my
Got
shot.
it.
I'm gonna take my shot.
Oh, yeah.
Did you try going ambidextrous? Maybe that's how you up it.
I've tried The Stranger before. That doesn't interest me.
Ambidangerous.
Dangerous. All right, so wait. Now, you've been around a little BVS action. Have you seen it?
I have not. Have you?
Not yet.
I'm supposed to be
seen a
seeing it
bunch.
soon.
Yeah, me too.
That's what they tell people.
I've heard. I'm hearing all the stuff you guys are hearing about. Everyone's scared that it's.
I'm not scared.
I'm not, dude.
I'm fucking everything I've seen.
If it's that complex of a story, that means they're actually thinking about how to connect the dots and make it work for future movies and covering their bases before they have to cover them later. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not fucking worried. I've seen some people be like, oh no, I'm so there, man. Like that.
I may be one of the only people that have no problem with Man of Steel.
You loved Man of Steel?
I loved it.
Yeah.
You got a Southern boy that drinks beer and he grows a beard and he's just a good old boy. Like that's the Superman that I remember reading in the Dan Jurgens books back in the 90s and grew his hair out and he was just a dude's dude working on a farm.
He had a hockey haircut in the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, you take someone who grows up in the South, whether you're an alien or not. I don't know. I've never met an alien that grew up in the South.
As far as you know.
As far as I know. But yeah, I think they're gonna have that character to them because that's what they were raised around. So obviously everyone's bitching about the destruction, but turns out he just learned how to fly like 3 hours ago.
And they also
give the dude a break. He can fly.
Totally. They seem to be doubling down on the destruction, though. That seems to be a big part of remember all the destruction made Batman mad and now he's back. Even the billboards, dude. Like I passed a billboard.
It's all destruction.
There's an tiny image of them in the middle going like this.
Which is a great shot.
And the whole billboard is buildings shattering.
Just carnage.
Oh, it's like fucking nuts. They're like, yeah, we know, but who cares?
It's selling
Look
me.
at the buildings.
Like I see all those images. I'm like, take all my money. Here, have it. I know my kids need to go to school, but I'd rather.
Did you see? You saw the third trailer, the Batman.
I've seen every trailer 18.
Tell me that Batman
times.
don't move like the way a cinematic.
All
Batman.
I could think is that dude is dead.
Yeah.
That guy on the crate is dead.
Where he's just like, bam.
You didn't mean to kill him. He's dead.
Yeah.
That guy.
No, but he's not. That's the beauty of it. He's not
up.
dead because Batman is so lethal yet precise that he can take you to death's door and just leave you there.
But old Batman can be a bit sloppy. Old Batman's like, he might be down.
Old Batman just means that cripples and, fucking permanent damage, but no death.
If you go back to the 89 Batman, how many people died in just being there. You know?
Dude, I'll never forget Batman Returns. Like the big fucking circus guy attacks him, like shooting me. Batman tries to punch him, he doesn't react, and then he looks down. He's got a fucking bomb in his pants,
blowing up.
and he fucking blows the dude up and walks away. Right around a church too. Just carry on.
He put the bomb on him, didn't he?
On his dick. It was a dick bomb, and he blew him in half. It's crazy.
Dick move, Batman. You blew
I heard about something. This is crazy.
At least he won't get to live to know what he's missing.
That's true. I was in Canada, and they told me that like they were, I guess, mining country. They said there was a dude who put blasting caps. Like blasting caps are how they blow shit as the ignition thing.
Dead.
Put it in his mouth, hooked it up to car battery, and fucking. Like the top of his head.
Was it a science experiment?
I think it was. I don't want to be here.
Bad
Did he get an A?
They found the top of his head on his curb.
Through that trouble, that is.
Seems like there are a lot of better ways, quieter. And
Did
stuff
they
like that.
film it? I'm only asking if
that's the only reason to do something like that.
I'm only asking if that was his goal. To like, I'm not gonna live to see this, but I bet it looks dope as fuck.
I think he wanted out, and he doubled down on it.
And it must be
very
easier to get
interesting
blasting
way.
caps than a gun in Canada.
I
But
guess.
like, don't the blasting caps kill you anyway?
What? Putting them in your
Slowly.
mouth?
Yeah.
Why would you leach into your system?
Well, they wouldn't blow immediately. You would need a
You need an ignition.
Oh
you
no,
need
I was
charge.
thinking of those capsules that they bite and drool all over themselves in the movies. And then
Like
they die.
fucking
Yeah, I'm dead. I
Cyanide
got one
injection.
answer for you. I'm dead.
the cyanide capsule. All right, now enough of that. That's depressing how we got into it. But I had to show it.
where'd
I had
that
to
come
unburden
from?
myself. That was somebody told me that. I'm like,
But you can't.
most
All right,
horrible
I'm
thing.
not trying to be insensitive, but you got to admit that's a pretty interesting way to go.
You know what I'm
can't-
saying?
Yeah.
It can't be the elephant in the room. I
Pretty
wasn't trying to be
spectacular.
like, you got to
No.
film that stuff when you.
No, it is.
Don't do
interesting.
that, kids.
Yeah, kids. You heard Daughtry. Don't do that.
Yeah, it gets better, you guys.
Yeah.
He knows. Look at this fucking dude. Go back to the single of him.
Look at this guy.
Fucking rock star, for Christ's sakes. You're doing it right, dude. Because like you're doing your main thing, the thing that got you there and the thing you're passionate about. But you don't stop there. Some people just stop there, or some people are like, I'm just gonna focus obsessively on that.
I got to put my eggs in all them baskets.
All of them, dude. All of them in this lifetime. And think about it. I think what you're doing right now with like, I want to draw and I want to act, I want to do this, I want to do all these things. You
All
need
at
to
the
refill
same
your
time.
tank, dude. Like you didn't.
Ambidextrous.
Totally. You got here on the fuel that fed you all the way through childhood, through teenage years, until you picked up the guitar. Then that took you where you needed to go. But now, it's not like you're running on fumes or something, but you got to refill. And how you refill is the same way you filled the first time.
Yeah.
Like you're living life, so there's all that other data coming in. But like, I think every artist, and it's not reversion, you sometimes go back to the source. You go back to the beginning to chart a course or just be like, oh yeah. Sometimes it's this simple. You love that shit, then you just got real fucking monumentally busy. And this is the first moment you've had in a decade to be like, what was I doing before? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Like that's happened to me many times where I'm like, oh, let me pick this up again. And 10 years
You
have
hear it
fucking
on the
gone
radio
by.
and you're like, that's what I do. Oh shit, I forgot.
How does it feel though? Like that's being a Renaissance man, woman, whatever. How does it feel spinning a bunch of plates?
I mean, I'm glad that we're not able to know the future, because if someone told me when I was 5 years old, oh yeah, you're gonna be an artist when you're 36, I would have been like, nah, I'm good, fuck that.
I demand immediate gratification.
What can I do now? So yeah, I mean, I think it's great that my attention was completely taken off of actually even comic books in general for years, because I kind of had, I mean, I got to make money, I got a family, I got to work, I got to do real shit. And it got to a point where I was like, bills paid, what do I want to do? And picked up a pencil, but I didn't, I mean, I guess at the time I did that, I wasn't thinking I'm going to pursue that. I'm just thinking, this is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a career, I'm not going to be chasing that too. And it just kind of happened.
I mean, passion is the key, man. Passion
Yeah.
is the key that unlocks just about every door. Like if it's the thing that I love, the thing that I want to do more than anything, we'll find a way to get there.
Yeah.
It could take 20
I keep
years.
telling my
before
kids
it-
all the time, whatever you love doing, like find a way that is going to make you money.
Yes.
And you'll never have a job. Like you'll always love doing what you're doing because that's what you were made to do.
You'll earn by that thing that you were going to do anyway.
But it's work. I mean, it's not like, oh yeah, that's going to happen when things come around. You have to like go find,
like
or
do
just
everything.
kick down doors and see who lets you in. You know.
Yeah, like make those embarrassing emails to people.
Sometimes
didn't think
you
whatever
kick one
in a
down.
reading.
You're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were in here.
It's like,
But,
Sorry, Jim Lee.
you might want to cover
sorry,
that.
wrong room.
What did you ever now? If you're a musician and you are, do you ever go like, oh, I could score things as well? Like, have you ever thought about scoring movies?
That's interesting because I feel like as a musician, like as someone who sits down and picks up any instrument and just composes, I think that's I'm more of a melody guy, and then I'll find the chords to go around it. But there's way more like interesting, like Trent Reznor. I mean, that he's a genius. But that guy also plays like he knows exactly I can play. I don't know how to tell you to play what I'm playing.
Right. You could do it.
It's just kind of how I grew up. My dad plays by ear, and I just kind of learned some chords and went from there. But I've been kind of approached with, would you be interested in doing something like that? Maybe a commercial.
Something small. You're like, it took me fucking 6 weeks to draw the pencils.
Yes, come
How long
on.
do you think it's going to take me to do a score?
Break.
2 minutes short.
Yeah, I'm
Commercial.
one of those guys that I can pick up anything. Not saying I can do it as fast as the professional can, but I will find my way, whether through Google or the mirror or whatever. I'm always using every resource I can to make it happen. But I'm glad that I at least got this cover done, and hopefully the fans love it. And I don't know, it's kind of surreal still, to be honest.
After this, and not after tonight, but after doing the cover, do you think there's like a place where you wind up in the regular rotation? Do they reach out to you and be like, hey, do you want to do the alt cover this month? Do you become a cover guy for them? Even if you're like, I want to do interior.
That would be the extent of what I would want to do in comics. I would love to do covers, because that's a one and done type situation.
And it's the glory, it's the splash
page. Yeah, it's
page.
the splash page.
It looks amazing.
And I love how Capullo does his covers, where they're so simple, but from a distance, it's this iconic image. So it's not a lot of rendering, and which was interesting considering how much he did in Spawn and how simplified he made his style, yet it's still very him, you know what I mean? But the way he does panels, and it's like he's done a lot of studying, much like I've done with songwriting up to this point. He's done that work and I don't see myself getting to a point where I'm like, all right, give me a book. Let's do this. Put me on a monthly title.
You'll get your 10,000 hours, man. It'll take you a while, but you'll get there.
Eddie, Jim's assistant, would be texting me and going, how far are you? I just got that layout done on that first page, but it's solid.
It's going to be great, man.
So can you get anybody else to cover the next 20-some pages? Or I don't even know how many pages they do anymore.
When is the live thing? This fucking is so weird.
So we had the Greatest Hits album come out 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Then
it's just called Daughtry Greatest
It's called It's Not Over. The hits so far.
Nice. You made sure. You're like, I don't know.
I'm still doing this.
Yeah, this may be
It was
wrong.
either that or this is the best shit we could write. They didn't go for that one. But or songs you've already bought. With 2 new ones.
That's a Deadpool honest self.
Yeah, exactly. Those
Baby
were
needs
all
new
ones
pair
that
of
I wanted to
shoes.
put out. Management didn't think it was good.
All right, so that's
Shit
out now.
you had before. So that's out now.
Didn't get that right
New
this
single
second.
is Torches. That's out. Blasting at radio now. And then The Passion is March 20th. Then the cover
on
comes
Fox?
out. It's on Fox at 8. It's prime time. 8
Judas?
p.m. I'm Judas.
Scary,
Yeah,
baby.
do you take the Judas story all
Judas
the way?
Hogwaller, scary!
Is that how you say it?
No, that's Oh Brother Where Art Thou. Sorry.
I was like, they're going to do a little fucking Collins?
No, dude, it's I mean, the rehearsals were pretty intense.
Really?
Yeah.
How long is it?
I think it's 2 hours. I haven't seen the rest of it because I only went there to rehearse my scenes and came back. Seal's in it.
Who's Seal playing?
He's pilot.
Really?
Yeah.
What? That's kind of badass. He's British.
Yeah.
And the Romans.
I can't wait to see him.
British.
I don't think he's ever acted before. I'm looking
I don't
forward to
think
seeing
so.
that.
I mean, he's Kiss from a Rose, but that's pretty much it.
He must act on a regular basis though, man, because he has to act like it's okay to
But
go
he's
on
so
with life
visually-
without Heidi Klum. That's a performance that you would have to fucking like. Yeah, so I can
He's
get
so
by.
visually compelling though.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Like he's like intense looking. You gotta stare at him. I can't wait to see what he does. But so that, and then the 23rd, Batman number 50.
That drops and it's digital and,
And
you
I'll
get
be
a
doing
good
a
old
signing
performance. Where?
at Golden Apple.
Really?
On the 24th.
Kids go to
The day
shop.
before Batman vs. Superman comes out.
Wow. Golden Apple
The day
is one of
after
the
the cover
greatest
releases.
comic book stores in the world. It's here in Los Angeles. It's right on Melrose still. It used to be deeper on Melrose.
Can't miss
now
it,
it's
the Spider-Man
Melrose and La
statue
Brea.
out there.
Yeah, it's a fantastic comic book store.
So come on
here in the
now,
city.
kids.
Lots of legacy behind it. What day are you there?
The 24th, I think at 5 p.m.
And it was just you signed by yourself?
I'm not sure if Jim's coming or not. I think he was trying to figure out his schedule, but I will
Is that a
definitely be
Wednesday?
there. When do comics come out? Friday? It's a Saturday.
Would they ask you?
Wait,
Comics Day is Wednesday.
when is it Wednesday now?
Yeah. It's
No,
always been-
music is Friday. Sorry.
Right.
New iTunes movies is Tuesday. I know
Music
that.
used to be Tuesday, and now the music is Friday, but the movies are still Tuesday.
Yeah.
Why are you doing
only
this to me,
online.
Apple?
And movies in the movie theater.
All the same day.
24th is a Thursday.
Okay, so the 24th, I'll be doing that, and then of course,
If they were like, hey
Batman
man,
v
and that's the
Superman
very
comes
fucking
out
next
right
day. If they were like, hey, at the signing, will you play us a little song? Do you keep those things separate? You're like, yeah, no problem.
I mean, if he asked me,
In a heartbeat.
but now everybody's gonna ask.
Like, hey, will you play a song?
Remember that time you said?
Daughtry, play me a song. I'm in the car.
You're like, I'm just here to fucking
I'm gonna just
sign.
do this. Pull out my phone, go. Right? I was good that day in the studio. It's good,
You're like,
right?
well, technically he is playing a song.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, guy. Signing, your first signing for comics. Did you ever sign on like albums and shit?
I signed at the art gallery with Jim for the We Can Be Heroes thing. So that was kind of cool because usually the signings they're Daughtry fans. And I'm in a whole new pool with Jim Lee and his people. And that dude takes forever to sign because he takes like at least 5 minutes per person, which is outstanding. To be honest, it was very inspiring to watch. I was like, oh man, I need to step up my game. I need
a
to
good
step
talker.
up my game and get that right hand working.
Yeah, he's a good talker, man. He's very he's personal.
He's
with
so
everybody.
freaking smart, man.
Yeah,
The guy is,
I like him.
but
Such a sweet
but
dude.
this will be my first comic signing, so that's one for the
So now, what are
books.
Comic Cons like for you? Like when you go down there, is it batshit crazy? Is it?
It seems like increasingly so lately because I think they're aware that I would be there, where before it was like, nah, he wouldn't be here.
I hear he likes this
Yeah,
stuff.
now they're like looking for me. The first time I went, I had a Batman cowl on. The guy who made the one that
Yeah, the one I
sent you
got
the
you gave me was
Arkham Knight
amazing.
one or whatever. Everybody wanted pictures. I was like, no thanks. Turns out nobody gives a shit about Chris Daughtry. Nobody wanted pictures when I took the cowl off. I was like, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to do. But yeah, I need to branch out though and go to more cons because I've only been to San Diego.
San Diego's a
What's
wonderful
your favorite
con.
one?
I mean, San Diego probably is the
But
hands
outside of
down
that, like
favorite.
WonderCon, DragonCon, New
WonderCon's
York.
amazing. It was particularly when it was in San Francisco, but it's moved
It's
to
LA now.
Anaheim.
It's LA this year.
Really?
Yeah, downtown. Convention
Just
center.
really? That was always a good show.
In, like,
This is a very
3 weeks.
creator-friendly show. Is it?
Yeah.
Right around the time of Batman v Superman? I'm gonna be up there doing Flash. I like that show.
Dude,
I love Chicago Wizard
that is
World
so
show.
awesome
It's
that
gonna
you're
be fun,
directing.
dude. I know it's gonna be
How
neat.
good is that show?
That show is fucking phenomenal. They do.
It's the best comic book show that's ever touch TV.
I think he's right, and I ain't taking anything away from Daredevil. People are like, fuck you, Daredevil's amazing. Daredevil is amazing, but Daredevil is kind of this work of art that transcends comic book. It looks like a graphic novel come to life.
The Flash is literally panel to panel. Like
say it. Give him a single to say it. It's important.
It's the pages on screen.
Yes, bitch.
Or am I looking right here?
Fucking,
it's the pages on screen.
Go to a 3-shot. So
it's
we can
the pages on screen.
It's every
and he'll allow
episode is a fucking issue come to life.
But you watch your step, Daughtry.
They're not holding back.
It's been allowed. Yeah, so I'm going up there to do one of those, man.
Grant
sounds like you're fucking
dude.
busy though. If
Grant's
I had
a great dude.
Yeah, he is a nice guy.
That Flash picture I sent him one, and I didn't realize at the time he's from North Carolina. He literally went.
Is he really? I thought he was Canadian.
He went. No, he's from Virginia.
Really?
He went to Elon College when I had just moved back to North Carolina and lived in Burlington, North Carolina, and played at the club outside of Elon College. He was going to school there. And then he was from Virginia, which I used to live in Virginia. Crazy parallels. Then he lived in Charlotte when I lived there. Or I'm sorry, like a few years before I moved
He's
there.
just been following you.
This kid moves fast.
Maybe. Boom, boom.
Yeah, I look forward to it, man.
He's a great dude,
But
though.
you're on TV. If there's open roles, I was gonna be like, fuck, man, I should bring up Daughtry. But you're gonna be fucking playing. You're gonna be condemning Jesus to death by selling him out for 40 silver.
Get me on the Flash!
I know, right? But I'm gonna let him know when I'm not there. He'll know
Jeff,
this.
I've been talking to Jeff. Been talking to you, Jeff, about roles and such.
Give us a 2-shot over here. Give the boy a job, Jeff.
Come on.
He wants to act. Man, he's done singing. He's not done. He just wants to act as well. He wants to expand his portfolio.
I like being a dude with 3 or 4 jobs.
All right.
But that show is definitely doing it. But I guess it knows what it is out the gate, though.
Totally.
Yeah. They had the 2 years of Arrow under the belt. Like, hey, listen, we're not going to fucking waste time.
Yeah.
Just go.
Now, how do you feel about
Good time,
Legends,
good
though?
fan. I love Legends.
Other than Brandon Routh, because he's the scene stealer.
He's wonderful. I love the idea
funny.
of Legends. I think they're doing it right. I hope it continues. I like that it exists. Flash for me is still like it.
That's the one that I don't.
Because that show has it's not like they got too many characters, but there's a lot of storylines to balance. Whereas Flash, you do have a bunch of characters, but it's his story.
But it all makes it's all
and it's
there.
you're following his journey. It's like the story of a boy who loses his parents at a young age, even though his dad's still alive, and then putting his life together. And how season 1 technically should have ended it because he's like, all right, I know who killed mom, blah blah blah. But then it led to season 2, so it's his journey. And it's easy to, like anything, it's easy to focus on one character and emotionally invest in that character.
Yeah.
With the Legends of Tomorrow, they're great characters. They're well fucking drawn. They're well acted, but they don't get to spend the amount of time that they'll spend with Barry.
Yeah.
And
It doesn't have the same emotional center.
no,
the
it's
way that
fun.
Flash
It's
does.
like wow, whiz bang and shit. But like I say, like they're not doing anything wrong. This is not like they need advice, but give it time. Like once they establish this is what our show does, the whiz bang.
Start weeding out the.
I think they'll start
The
like
weak
focusing
links
more
and-
on not even weak links. They'll just be like, this episode will focus on these 3 and this over here and stuff. But I dig it, man. It's like they fucking every week they're doing an action show. I mean, Flash does that too, and I guess Arrow as well. I don't watch Arrow, but like whenever you watch Flash, you're like, Jesus Christ, that's like a movie.
There's
it's
3
just half
shows
the
that
time.
I make sure that I watch that night, and that's Walking Dead,
Me too.
Arrow, and The Flash. But sometimes Arrow waits till the next day.
There are 2 that
I'm not caught up on Gotham this season.
We were just talking about that in the previous show. They got Mr. Freeze now, though.
And I got Hugo Strange.
See why? You're a Batman fan. Why? Like, and we're not. This is not coming down on it. We all love Gotham and support it. But why aren't we watching?
Because
it?
there's parts of it that I love. I think Robin Lord Taylor is
excellent as a Penguin.
Excellent, and I think Ben McKenzie is excellent. There's a lot of over the top acting going on, a lot of weird writing in some.
She's not on the show anymore.
What's that?
So she's not on the show anymore.
No, but even
She
some of
is.
the background stuff seems over the top and almost forever. Like
Oh, Batman Forever?
Yeah.
Really? In a kind of arch.
it just kind
Joel
of has that.
Schumacher-y
It
way?
kind of has that. This is a comic book
Yeah.
show, where the other ones feel a little more like they know what they are. and they're treating it earnestly.
Yeah, like even Flash looks like unapologetically like a comic book show, but the tone is unified.
It's the tone.
Whereas Gotham is like super fucking gritty plus weirdly operatic over here and like crazy cartoonish over there, and those things just don't.
I mean, there's elements that I love about it that kept me watching on the first season.
I want it to be on forever. I just don't want to watch it. That sounds horrible. I will get around to watching.
I'm with you. I would love to see Bruce Wayne skip a few years and let's show some real life that he went through.
Right? Yeah.
But I don't think that Mr. Freeze would be fully fleshed out right now.
No, and I think you're right. I think it's like the more they focus on Bruce.
Well, we know I'm not getting a job on Gotham.
Yeah, we're trying to get you fucking hired, and you're out there going, "I'll tell you what they're doing." No, look, we all fucking love it.
First of all, I never thought in a million years that I'd be seeing 1 out of 2 billboards having a superhero on it, and it's plastered.
And next week, it's 2 out of 2 billboards
everywhere. Yeah. And Deadpool, I mean,
who knew? Except for those guys.
This is the beauty of where
I congratulated Liefeld in advance. Because that screening I saw, I was like, there's no way that this won't do big. It's the most dressed up character at Comic-Con every year.
Such a good time to be alive. But we're getting so much of the. We're getting so much of the.
I think Liefeld leaked the footage.
I think that was Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds admitted to it. He was just like, I fucking leaked it.
He played a little coy.
But there's so much. There's a volume of stuff out there that we can be precious about shit like Gotham. You know what I'm saying? Like any other 10 years ago, if they gave us Gotham, we'd be like, oh. But now there's so much.
Robin is not that bad, you guys.
Exactly.
15 years ago, if you got a superhero movie, you were like, woo, can't wait for 2000 whatever or 1990
Listen,
whatever.
you guys, I'm pretty sure Dolph Lundgren is the best Punisher.
Another one. You know what I mean? It's everywhere.
And that's why we get to be like I don't say we're allowed to, but that's why you get. Well, of course we're allowed to. We're consumers. We can go up, we can go down. But like you get kind of like, well, I'll get around to it. Yeah. Like I remember when they first announced that show, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking step on my kid's neck to watch it. And it's like now I'm
catch up.
Yeah. Now I'm
learn to walk.
I will watch it when the season is done, so I can kind of go through everything. So, but that's I think just because there's so much material, which means that if you're gonna step up to the plate with one of these. You got to bring something that nobody's seen before.
You know who Nick Swartzen is? Comedian?
Yeah.
He had this bit where he's talking about like, you have those buddies where you go see a movie and you're like, sucked, sucked. He goes, went to see Transformers. Yeah, saw it, sucked. It's like, can you imagine like 50 years ago being shown that movie? It's like, like nobody, like we see, it's so much of it that we're like,
we're spoiled now.
Saw it. Plot holes.
Trying to explain to children what it was like to see Jurassic Park for the first time. It's like, motherfucker, there were dinosaurs. Yeah, real fucking dinosaurs.
They have more in the new one. You're like, yes, but back then.
It's the T-Rex, you guys.
Like, I wonder if they would have made Man of Steel back in 1970, what was it? 78. 78.
Donner's
year
period?
Before like if that,
if
not,
they had the
not,
technology?
not the technology, that tone, that movie, shit.
Never in a million years.
But can you imagine? Like that would have been the world Superman.
Could you imagine? Yeah.
I mean, but we were so excited, literally just to see a guy fly.
Yeah.
That was the tagline. You will believe a man can fly.
And the new one, Man of Steel, is you believe you will cry when Superman snaps the neck of Zod.
You will believe a man can fly.
Hey man, the guy needed his neck snapped.
Hey man,
he's having a hard day. Man, I need to crack my neck.
I point to the fact that fucking Chris Reeve Superman like killed Zod. And Non went to fly himself and then fell, but fucking Superman took his powers away, and then Lois Lane killed the other girl. Like there was death going on. That was their version of Man of Steel.
It's just
they
that they didn't film it.
Yeah. They just let him go.
Oh no, they died.
As opposed to like
I ripped his arms off and beat him to death. I
personally love that scene. I thought it was shot great. I just wanted to see the family again. Like, did they die? Like,
I think
we did the neck like snap trajectory. Go, oh,
he's like, yeah, and they were like, the boy's head is missing.
It's like Medusa, where like the eyes are still firing, even though the head.
Maybe that's why he's going to court in Batman v Superman. Like, you killed that family. And he's like, it wasn't me, it was Zod. Like, you used Zod's head.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, man.
So you've seen most of it?
No, I've seen some of it.
Okay.
I'm happy with what I've seen.
I can't wait.
I just want to see end to end. I just want to see everything.
I love how
I like what I've seen so far.
It looks straight out the books.
Yeah. He looks like
the
Frank
suit
Miller's
looks
Batman.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I want that suit.
I'm ready.
I'd wear it everywhere.
Would you really?
No,
It's hot, dude.
It would
Yeah.
not.
Walmart.
I'd wear it about as long as I wore that cowl at Comic-Con, like 30 minutes.
We can get some duct tape and make it because this suit looks like it's
does
just
look
all
like
fucking duct tape with a bat in the middle of it.
Alfred, make me another
Bulletproof.
soup.
Give me some
Okay.
bulletproof duct tape, Alfred.
We have been here in the Fat Cave with a huge fucking fan. Bunch of people right now are just like, holy shit, man, I'm getting this album because they like the cut of your jib because you like fucking comics.
Thank you in advance.
This is real comics right here, man. A fan made fucking good. What did he do with some bona fides? Once he got a little juice, he immediately went to the source material, the wellspring that got him where he is today, man. Creativity, imagination of his youth in comics. And he went back and he fucking drew super fucking Batman number 50. You didn't do that. You could.
Right before they're about to rebirth it, or whatever that is.
You got in right before the rebirth.
Before the afterbirth.
You don't want to be part of the afterbirth where you're like, yuck, that's nasty. That's fucking crazy. There it is. Look at that cover, man. That's a good looking book, dude. I'm serious.
Thank
The
you.
pencils were
They're
fucking
lovely.
nice.
Thank you very
Like
much.
those pencils are really, really strong, man. You didn't need no fucking, look at that. I mean, with all due respect, you didn't need Jim Lee.
Yeah, thanks, Jim.
No.
Fucked up that guy's cover.
And then he ruined your background.
You messed up the background.
Seriously, those are strong fucking pencils.
Now I remember what I was going to say when I was saying about why it was so significant that I did that book. So Capullo has been doing the run for a while, number 39 or 38. There's a shot of Batman hang gliding into a bunch of thugs, and there's a sign at a bar, and I didn't even see this when I'd already read the book. Some fan posted the panel, zoomed in, it was Daughtry's bar.
That's
And
cool.
so I think Danny Mickey, Capullo left it open and Danny put it in. And so on my pencils, I'm trying to keep that place in business because it ain't gonna run itself. But that was, if you zoom in on the background there, you'll see it. I'm
there
trying
it
to keep
is.
it standing.
What is it?
Daughtry's.
Right under Superman's
He
foot.
kept it alive in continuity.
And so when he destroyed all the buildings, I was like, can you at least like throw that sign like in there or whatever?
Smoking in the background.
We didn't get that.
I'm telling you, look at those pencils are good.
Thank you,
These are
man.
really fucking strong, man. It's good perspective. I mean, from a distance too.
I'll show you the
That looks
the
Leash.
ridge
Vanishing
in a
points are
second.
solid.
Thank you.
Look, you gave it here. It punched in. There it is, man. You can
Oh,
see it.
looking
It's right on
nice.
his fingertips. He's holding your fucking name up.
Keeping that shit going.
The bat. Was it a tough
Times are
decision
hard.
to do short ears or long ears?
No, because it was
Because it's the baby eyes?
they have certain artists doing the movie suits
Yeah.
on certain books, and then some doing the 52. So they gave me the 52. So I was trying to like bridge that gap because I do like the shorter ears.
Short
For the
ears, I
long,
imagine, is
for
easier
the
to
for
draw,
the
too.
longest time, I was always like, it's got to be the long ears, because of the Neil Adams and.
Dude, I go
All the
Kelly,
80s.
I go Kelly Jones
Kelly
long
Jones.
ears. When Kelly Jones took those ears.
I was never
to
able
the
to get
third
on board
floor.
to how long they were, just because of practicality's sake. But
I love that because you look at the Kelly Jones Batman, you're like, how the fuck did he get in a Batmobile?
I can't get my roof closed, Alfred. I need a ditch. I need a trench, a ditch, or something.
You need a dick, Master Bruce? Fine. And that's how Robin got there. The origin of Robin. There it is, folks. Fucking thanks for hanging out with us here
Holy shit.
in the Fat Cave. Fucking give it up for
Thanks for
Daughtry,
having me.
man.
Thank you.
He's fucking, you cut him, he bleeds fucking comics right there. Actually, you cut him, he bleeds
will.
Batman. Yeah, there it is.
And also blood.
Yeah, that as well. So don't cut him. Don't cut him. He's got fucking people looking out for him. You try to cut him. Fucking, and Daughtry's pretty strong. Show him your guns, man. I'll fucking fuck you up.
Yeah, sure.
There it is. There it is. Because he's playing
Look at
guitar all the time. And that's how you work out, I imagine. Is that, your arms got to be strong enough to like hold it up and keep moving, right? Like, do your arms ever get
It's more your
tired?
back. It's like the weight of the guitar and just like forces you to kind of have terrible posture.
Really?
So me and my bass player are always walking around like needing back brace. We brought an inversion table out on the road.
On stage? No. That'd be hot.
No, just the back
Yeah,
brace.
here he comes. He's doing inversion now.
Yeah. I can only take like 30 seconds before my head's gonna explode.
Strong dude.
Rocking is hard work, man.
You ain't kidding, dude.
It is.
We just heard it right here.
It ain't easy. It ain't easy.
He goes, it is.
Honestly, I couldn't think of a better job.
Right?
Yeah. Anything that you love, you know?
Listen to this, man. Give him a signal.
People
to say
pay you
that.
to do it.
Give him a signal to say that. Say it right to the camera. Tell them what they
Doing
tell
what
them
you
the
love
secret.
ain't a job, y'all. Am I looking at this one or this
No,
one?
that one. The one.
Oh, you got it then.
He's like, I already did one. I don't do multiple takes.
All right, we're wrap on Daughtry. Thank you.
Do what you love to do, and you'll never work a day in your life. Isn't that what they say?
Yes. And you just
Not gonna say it's not hard.
No, you said it. He's take credit for it. Chris Daughtry, first one to ever say that on this show.
Listen to Judas. Judas knows.
Judas is the smartest guy ever.
I think it was coined by Judas back in the early 2000 AD or something. I don't know.
It was the last thing he said
BC.
before he went to the tree. Do what you love, kids. You'll never work a day in your life. I traded out the Savior, so I'm going to... I remember his story ending badly.
It didn't end good.
No.
Didn't end good.
I love coins.
I remember when I was a kid, though.
He's like, I ain't gonna need these coins anymore.
That's the metal part of the Bible, though. When
something.
you're a kid, you're like, holy shit, he was betrayed.
Death!
And there's justice, too, because it's like, and he kills himself.
Yeah.
You're like, don't ever fuck with Jesus. Like, that was a metal part of that story. You got a metal part, dude. Judas like a motherfucker. You're like the dark side. You're the dark side. You're the Lex Luthor of the fucking Jesus universe.
I'm the Darth Maul.
Kind of. Yeah. No.
Yeah, he didn't have enough screen time.
That's true.
He's in and
But
out.
neither is Judas.
And he lost his legs. Yeah, so I'm the Darth Maul. He
So-
should have had more dialogue, but
Look at that,
that's
dude.
me and Darth Maul.
So wait,
The guy on the right is actually Darth Maul.
what do you mean?
That was a Star Wars day. I thought you were there. Celebration, Star Wars celebration.
Did you dress up
Yeah, I went around interviewing fans.
as fucking Darth Maul?
Yeah,
So wait, and the guy next to you is Ray
That's
Park?
Ray Park.
That's
The
genius.
irony is he looks like I do in normal life, and I look like
I know.
he
That's
did.
why I couldn't pick that out. That's fucking crazy.
It was pretty cool. It was the end of the day, so I'd been interviewing around the convention center, and we were about to leave, and we heard he was over there doing a sign. I was like, oh, this is perfect, full circle. We end it like this. And that's how we ended it, me talking to him. I interviewed Darth Maul.
As
So I was
Darth
Chris
Maul.
Daughtry.
Daughtry is geekier than you. That's what you're thinking right now.
YouTube. It's on YouTube somewhere.
You're sitting there going, I've never dressed up like Darth Maul. He has. So
Mall on mall.
up your cosplay. If Daughtry has time for cosplay, so do you.
I
Up your
did a bit
game.
on College Humor the first time as him, and then we reprised the Chris Daughtry role.
That's adorable.
Oh, he's so cute. I don't know if I like that name now.
What an
I
artist. Just
gotta
turns
say-
on a dime.
I just got to say, I love how you direct your own show. We're going to go to that two-shot.
Give me one.
Because you're
This
so
is
used
kinda
to being behind the
irritating,
camera,
isn't
you're like, no, I need that single, need that double,
I need
give me
that
that wide.
It's part of the
Give me that Dutch tilt.
Camera 2. Camera 3.
It's part of the fat man drinking game at this point.
It's true.
Y'all have a
People-
drinking game? Y'all didn't?
We don't. They
No,
do
they
at
do.
home.
Yeah.
Every time Kevin tells them to change the camera,
Drink.
be drunk by the second shot.
So your last shot is the floor. Got it! Nailed it!
Or as they
Sing.
say on the set, the last shot's in the glass.
The martini, everybody.
That's movie talk right there.
Movie talk.
Can't think of a better way to end the show than on movie talk that only movie people understand. Getting real deep cuts, ladies and
So I'll
gentlemen.
see you on the set of The Flash.
Fucking A. There he is, man. The
be a
reverse
ball
flash.
deal.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
Reveal
right?
it's you and shit. Zoom. Actually, they reveal.
They did.
It's Chris Daughtry!
Holy shit.
Who knew?
He used
What
to be
a
a good
twist.
guy. He was on American Idol.
What a twist.
You watched the most recent episode? Or
Of Flash?
Flash.
Yeah.
So you know who Zoom is?
Yeah, but I'm
You know
still
who
thinking
Zoom
Hunter
is?
Zolomon.
We know who Zoom is.
Because he saw the
Everyone
dude
keeps
on
saying Hunter
the he
Zolomon.
saw the dude on the bench, right?
Wouldn't that be a way? Like, remember how Harrison
maybe
Wells
he
was like, "I'm here," and I'm
That's
here.
what I'm saying. So he was Hunter Zolomon the whole time, pretending to be Jay, because that dude is Jay.
Who do you think is the man in the Iron Mask?
I have no clue. Oh, maybe that's Jay. But
How many Jays
I will
are
say,
there?
I will say, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of Earths. I will
many
say
Earths.
that I was thinking it could have been Diggle for a second.
Because the helmet.
No, he looked like he had a black man's hands.
Oh, the guy banging on the window.
Yeah, like like
white
on the
man's neck.
screenshot. It,
White man's neck.
It's Michael Jackson.
One of them white necks.
look at it again. It looked like an African American dude,
Really?
but he looked a little skinny to be Diggle.
Yeah,
so,
that dude's the size of a house.
but
I would
whoever it
imagine
is, it's
Diggle
gotta
would be like, "Look, if I'm going to wear a helmet again, can you put a better helmet on me?"
And the reason I say that is because Jay is pretty pale.
Yeah.
So I don't think a little bit of dirt would have made. I know Bruce Willis would have put some dirt on
He would
him,
have
but-
put dirt, blood, fucking blood. Jerry Quisp, that's his name. Jerry Quisp.
but I don't know. I'm not really sure how they're gonna play that out.
I don't know either. But
All of a sudden, he wasn't so scary anymore. I was like, Zoom's not so bad.
That was Jay.
When he took his mask off,
Spoilers?
he's not so evil.
I was, that was kind of like, huh. And also they ended it well because you're like, what? Credits.
I always wanted it to be Tony Todd. That's kind of what I wanted. Because of the voice.
Yeah, he's just like, eats me.
That
He's
would be,
Candyman. You just say his name 3 times and he'll show up.
I'm going to get you, Barry.
that would be nice.
Right?
His
Crossing
voice is great.
streams and stuff. Mashup, if you will.
Zoom.
You know what was really sweet, though? When there was a Cisco moment, a throw. Oh, when he was talking to Diggle, and he's just like how's the helmet? He's like, not so good. He goes, I'm going to work on it. So you know that he's getting a new fucking mask.
Ain't gonna look like Magneto this time.
Not Magnegro.
Is that what they're calling him online?
That's what I'm calling
Did you
him
coin
right now.
that phrase? Give him a single. Say it again.
I can't get away with that because
Magnegro.
Come on. That's fucking clever. That's good stuff. That's why you bring Marc Bernard along. He's a writer.
And now we drink.
Go to the 3 shot. We're almost out of here. There it is.
And you're the only one here who can say it.
Pretty much. I win, you guys.
I didn't even put that one together. That's a good fucking poem. I'm kind of mad. The same way I walked down to Hamilton, I was like, I got up my game. You just up my game, man. Didn't see that. God damn it. That's what happens when you hang out on Fat Man and Batman, folks. Fun things like that, man.
Bunch of things that
Chris
you
Daughtry.
guys at home can't say.
Yeah, you didn't think to say it. Chris Daughtry has been our guest. Amazing fucking guest. He's as geeky as you, if not fucking geekier and shit. You saw him dressed up like Darth Maul.
You should see my Batman mic stand.
On the road? Like
Well,
when you
it was on the road, and then I retired it, and it's in the studio.
What was it?
It's
just
the
bim at the
base
bottom?
is just a huge. I think I sent
Really?
Matt the picture.
Go to the tape. So while you're
now
singing,
it's a studio mic.
you can sit there.
So I have the studio mic on the stand. Yeah.
That's awesome. Badass.
I had it.
We
made.
don't have it. We don't have
I
it.
think the same dude that made like Tommy Lee's drum cage made it.
Really?
Yeah, it's in there. It's like a long shot up.
Now Chris is directing the show as well. Tell him to
Go to the
single.
wide.
They're like, we're in the wide.
Give that man a single.
Did you not find it? It's cool if you don't find it. But
I just directed the show.
You did it.
Yes.
Nailed it.
You did it.
Fucking A.
See, Mark's in charge.
Am I in the guild?
Mark's in charge of our days and our
nights.
Your lyrics were wrong and my snaps were way off. We have no rhythm whatsoever. It was embarrassing in front of a musician,
I
a
know.
singer.
You know what? I just pretended I didn't see it.
It's really the best
How
way.
embarrassing for the two of them. All right, that's it. Go to the 3 shot. We got to end the fucking show.
Yeah, I'll show you later.
He's got a mic stand. Believe
Yeah,
him.
I got a mic stand. It has a bat on it. No bigs. Whatever.
There it is, folks. For Fat Man and Batman, I've been Kevin Smith.
Marc Bernard.
This guy's Chris Daughtry,
Daughtry.
man. Come back to the Fat Cave next episode. Same fat time, same fat channel.
YouTube.com/Kevin Smith. I almost forgot it for a second. Bad place.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.
You ever wanted to be the Batman, dreamed of being the Dark Knight himself? Well, guess what? You can, because you know what Batman does? He